Welcome to the Gin Club, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. How are you doing, Callum?
Doing all right, yeah, not too bad.
How's your week been? Anything? Got up to anything?
We'll talk about it after the gin, because that was an exciting week.
Let's dive into the gin then. What are you drinking?
So I'm drinking Malfi, so Malfy, Originale Italian gin.
Sounds sexy.
No idea where I've got it from. It's 41%.
41%?
I don't know how strong it is usually when I drink it. I know it gets you absolutely train wrecked.
Well, the last one I had, the Welsh gin from the last podcast, was 41.3%.
Oh, maybe that's like the standard then. Shows how much we know about gin. For a gin club podcast, you know what I mean?
What are you drinking it with?
So, obviously we're recording late because I opened the fridge and I was tempted to do it, but then I thought I really don't want to. So I was going to have this really nice Italian gin with Home Shopper 39p energy drink, because that's literally all that's in the fridge.
Oh.
But Jess told me off and said that's a waste. I think it's actually a gin, so she told me off. She needs to go to the shop.
So not a waste of the energy drink?
Not a waste of the energy drink, no.
Oh. Just
a waste of the gin. She weren't having it. She's gin connoisseur, isn't she? So I just went for the bog standard Schweppes tonic water.
Classic.
Slimline. Because obviously,
because we're watching this figure.
Coming from last week's feedback is that I'm maybe a little bit fat, so we're going for Slimline this week.
So smart. I'm drinking, it's a JJ Whitley pink cherry gin.
That sounds absolutely banging.
It's alright, you know. It's 38.6%. So it's a bit it's a bit weaker than yours.
So it's like a Coors Light.
It's a Coors Light of the gin world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm drinking it with I think it's now 10-week-old Indian tonic water.
Lovely, nice and flat.
Mm.
Before getting indigestion, you won't need the Rennies. If it's flat, you're fine.
Yeah, we're good. So yeah, last podcast it was 8 weeks old. Now it's 10 weeks old, and I've just finished the Indian tonic water.
Nice. You have to get you sent to the shop. 10 minutes into recording time next week, aren't you? Or in 2 weeks.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, we'll be drinking it throughout the podcast. Give it a review at the end, as ever.
See how it goes.
Yeah. So going back to what's happened.
Yeah, go for it. What's happened this week? In your life?
In all honesty, it's been a fairly boring week, to be fair. Apart from waking up last night, I went to bed at 9, woke up at 11, and
at night.
At night, yeah, and I were face down on pillow, and
what? Who
I don't know.
Face down on the pillow?
It's just how I slept as a child. I don't know.
That's a strange one. That must be scary for Jess to look over.
No, not like suffocate. I mean, like a bit on the side.
Right, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I just felt like massive pressure in one side of my head, and my head's massive as it is. So I thought, this is bad. Like, my head must be massive, even worse. So
your head is like a bowling ball.
It is absolutely huge, ridiculous. Caps don't fit my head. I've got to take the band off the back. Just don't work. It took me 6 months to find a hat that actually fit, and even then, it's a struggle. But I woke up and I nudged Jess, and the thing is, if you wake someone up and it's like that time and they've literally just got to sleep, they always think you're overreacting. So I nudged Jess. I was like, Jess, my face hurts. She rolled over. She went, you'll be fine. Go back to sleep. I was like, no, the side of my face, it feels like it's full of water. So she turned the light on, and she just like, her face just like dropped, and she went, oh, can you open your eye? I was like, no, it really hurts. So she went, I'll try and open your eye. So I opened my eye, and just this yellow gunk came out of my eye. Awful. So then obviously rang 111. They're asking me all sorts of questions, and
what did they ask you?
It's a bit annoying, is 111, because I feel like if you were dying, they'd ask you stuff like, oh, does your toenail hurt? And you'd be like, no, I'm having an heart attack. And like, yeah, but
I don't think you'd ring 111 for an heart attack, would you?
What about your middle finger? Do you know what I mean? Is it swollen? I was like, no, I'm literally, like, I'm going to die. Can you not ask me these questions?
I think heart attack's like a 999 jobby.
Yeah, fair. But 111, they always ask for your address and everything. It's an absolute ordeal ringing 111. And then even then, they always go, "Oh, I need to speak to someone else about this," because that's what she said. I told her everything that had gone on, and she went, "Oh, I'll speak to someone else, see what they say." So then she spoke to someone else, and they said, "Oh, is it like swollen? Does it hurt to touch and all this sort of stuff?" And they said you have to go to hospital. So
the dreaded news.
Yeah, like, so I can't just sleep it off, because by this point I was obviously like in bed, couldn't really be bothered. It's red hot anyway. Don't want to get dressed again. So yeah, I had to get dressed. Drove all the way to hospital. I had to come back. Forgot my face mask, which fucked me right off. Yeah. So again, if you're dying and you're there, you've run 111, took 20 minutes to talk to them on the phone. Then you get in your car, drive all the way to hospital, or you get a taxi or whatever. Get out, no face mask, go all the way back home, get your face mask, go back to hospital, you're dead. Do you know what I mean? You can't delay this sort of stuff. Anyway, I got my face mask, went back out, went to desk. Oh, there's a 6-hour wait for you to be seen. I'm like, oh, brilliant. So I'm going to be sat here. There's dossers everywhere, literally no masks on, fucking talking about nonsense. There's some woman in handcuffs in corner with 2 police officers, and I'm sat there thinking, well, yeah, I don't mean in chains. I mean like handcuffs. You know what I mean? No, I thought in chains. So there's 2 police officers sat with this woman, and I'm thinking, surely we're in an hospital. You've got to wear face masks. And there's police just sat there, not caring. So I thought, I can't deal with this. So I got called into the side office that they take you into, and obviously he asked me what's up. He looked, he went, "Yeah, you're going to need antibiotics. You need to take antihistamines, and swelling to go down. You've got an infected insect bite."
That's extreme for an insect bite.
Yeah, so that were my night last night. But yeah, to be fair, it give me it. Usually, the thing is as well with hospitals that like they do a tough job, and there was some woman there, and she middle class, probably about 65. Right, with her husband. I don't know what her husband. He looked normal to me. Just like when you spy everyone in hospital, and you're like, "Oh, he's got a gashed leg or something."
It's the only pastime, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a great game trying to guess it, because some people aren't as obvious.
No, yeah, when there's nothing visually wrong with them.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so then she goes up to the desk. She's like, "How long am I going to take to get seen? I've got anxiety because I'm going to have to get a taxi home in the dark, because my husband needs to stay in, blah, blah, blah," all this. Like, giving it length to them. They can't do anything about the fact there's no beds. Do you know what I mean? They can't just nip to IKEA and get a flat pack bed and put it up for her husband.
No, of course not.
Because she's scared of getting a taxi. But she kept going on and saying, "Oh, it's going to be dark. It's going to be dark. I can't get a taxi if it's going to be dark."
Was it not dark already at that point?
And I'm sat there thinking, what time did you come in?
Yeah.
I know there's a 6-hour wait, but... And I'm also thinking, why are you more scared of taxis in the dark than in the daylight? Do you know what I mean? It's not like you jump into a taxi and go, "It might be a vampire. It's night time. I've got to be safe." Do you know what I mean? They're the same people in the day as they are in the night.
Yeah. But
you
don't know. There could be a vampire.
There could be a vampire. She might know. She
might
maybe
know
her husband's
something.
a vampire killer.
Could be Blade.
And he's coming and he's got bit. Do you know what I mean? By a vampire, and he's coming and he's gone, "Do you know what? I need sorting now."
It's a bit far-fetched, this tale.
It is. But yeah, just like, I wanted to just go, "Can you just sit down and shut the fuck up?" Because honestly, every time I come to hospital, there's someone moaning. There's someone going, "Oh God, I can't cope with the fact that I've got a slice on my finger. Oh, I'm going to throw myself." Someone always throws themselves on the floor.
Yeah,
dramatically. Do you know what I mean? To try and jump the queue, and people just walk past him, step over him. Do you know what I mean? They just throw themselves on the floor. Or the nudge kid. Go on, start crying, Billy. Get crying. They'll see us faster. No, they won't.
Maybe you should have started crying or fallen up floor or something.
Well, when I went in when I had pneumonia, I was sat on the bench waiting patiently. There's someone crying about something. There's someone with a nail stuck in their hand. There's all this kicking off around. Everyone's like complaining, saying it's a wait. And I'm sat there nice and patiently just throwing blood up onto the floor.
Oh, God.
Do you know what I mean? And a nurse came around and she went, "You need seeing to now, don't you?" I'm like, well, I am a bit dying. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I were more bothered about saying like, "Oh, sorry, you're going to have to clean that up." Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
But then they seen me straight away and took me into the side room. But I didn't play on it or anything.
That was genuine.
And I guarantee they were all looking at me, giving me doggers. Look at him throwing blood up to get seen sooner. We should have thought of that.
Bloody attention seeking.
Do you know what I mean?
Probably
they're sat there going, "We should have done
that. ketchup in his mouth. He had one of them sachets in his mouth.
He's got one of them things that you have for Halloween, you know, where you pop it in your mouth.
Yeah, like they do on WWE.
Yeah. Yeah. He's lying. 12 hours from death. Yeah, cool. So yeah, that was last night.
Good work.
I think I've gone every year now. I've gone into hospital.
Oh, you are very, very accident prone. If
very
anything's going to
frail.
go wrong, it's going to happen to you.
Yeah, I am very frail for a 30-year-old man.
I wouldn't actually be shocked if you imploded at one point. Just exploded next to me.
Yeah, I mean,
What is
an
it?
explosion would be worse for you than an implosion.
Well, yeah, but haven't people spontaneously combusted before?
Yeah, you see them photos, don't you, where it's like a leg and then like just loads of charred bits everywhere.
Mate. I'd be worried that might happen to you.
Yeah, it is a possibility. I mean, it is when it's 34 degree heat out there. I'm literally just I'm perpetually covered in bacon grease. Do you know what I mean? So there could be a point where I do actually just set on fire.
Yeah, and I won't be shocked.
No, and you're ginger, so you'd also set on fire quite easily.
I'm always on fire.
So do you know what I mean? We're both pretty damned here, really.
Yeah, it's not good.
I mean, at least mine wasn't a birth defect.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
There we go. That's all the ginger population offended.
So we fucked off the fat people, and now we fucked off gingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Add that to the list.
Cool. Oh, and not forgetting Kent.
Not forgetting Kent. So we've got a topic suggestion from one of us viewers. So we're going to go through that next week. So I don't want him to think that we've sort of forgotten about it.
Yeah.
So next week we're going to be going through conspiracy theories. So I'm sure that'll be pretty good. So each week we're going to try and have like a topic or a thing to go through. Yeah, like a theme. So this week's theme is going to be fears.
Yeah.
So obviously I touched on it last week, didn't I? So,
you certainly did.
Yeah.
So, any irrational fears, Callum?
See, I've got a lot. I have got quite a few fears.
Yeah.
In fairness. So it's whether you want me to go through them all straight away.
I think I'd like you to go through what you would consider your most normal fear.
Okay, I think my most normal fear is a fear of waking up unfunny.
Well, that's not even a you've made that up.
No, as a kid, so when I was like 13, so obviously I was like a fat kid in school.
Yeah.
So to stop myself being bullied, I always had like a deadpan humour. Do you know what I mean? Like the sort of the humour that I've got now is just deadpan. Do you know what I mean? I'll push the boundaries.
Straight face.
Yeah, might get a bit of a kick in from teachers for it or whatever, but that got me through. And a bit of chewing gum, like bribing people with chewing gum.
Yeah.
That sort of stuff. Like, have you got any chuddy? Yeah, mate. Don't beat me up.
There you go, lad.
Do you know what I mean?
Can I have 20p?
And you
Things don't change really, do they, as you get older? You still have people asking you if you've got 20p.
Yeah, when they've got 4 Rottweilers around the feet, yapping at you. Yeah. So yeah, I had a real fear of waking up one day and people just not finding me funny. Because that was I feel like that was the only value I had in school, was to just be the kid that just say weird stuff.
Nothing has changed, mate.
Do you know what I mean? But I'd wake up and I'd think, am I going to say something today and think I'm right funny, and then someone just... And that happens all the time now, so it's not even really a fear anymore, because sometimes I say something and I think it's a belter.
Such is life.
Do you know what I mean? And then they go, no.
That's
not funny. Oh, can I get 2 corn? Yeah, that's the best bird in the rainforest. You what? Toucan. Never get a laugh.
Stop it.
Never get a laugh out of that one.
No, I'm not surprised.
Mm.
Okay, so that's what you'd consider your normalist fear. So the fear of waking up and no longer being amusing.
Yeah. Let's not say funny, because obviously that's like comedian level. Yeah, amusing's the right word.
Yeah. Let's knock you down a peg or 2. All right, so that's your most normal one. What would you consider is your most irrational fear?
I've actually got 3 in this box.
Go for it.
I'm going to save the best one to the end.
Okay.
I have a fear. So first one, I have a fear of corners.
Right.
Like corners of rooms.
Why? No.
Because ever since I was like literally 3-4 years old, I've had a recurring nightmare where like a camera just zooms into the corner of a room that's all white walls and white floor. Petrified me as a kid.
I don't understand.
So if it's like a white room, nothing in it.
Yeah.
Do you know, like if you go to like, I don't know, an interview room or something?
All right, yeah, that's not what I was going to say, but yeah.
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Or a hospital room, all right?
Yeah.
It's all white in it.
Yeah,
I can't look in the corners.
It's very, very... That is irrational.
It is an irrational fear, yeah.
Yeah.
It don't make me like want to leave or throw up or anything. I just think that's...
Just get a bit of anxiety from it.
Yeah.
So maybe you should live in like a round house.
Yeah, that would be an idea, wouldn't it?
Yeah, maybe get it done.
What round houses are there though? Igloos?
It's funny because I live pretty much opposite a round house.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I'll take a picture of it. We'll bob it on the page. Might feel weird.
I don't know if I'd like to live in an igloo. Because you imagine if like the wind blew and then everything moved at once and it made that awful noise that ice makes. You know, it rubs against each other.
Or if the sun shone too hard one day, that's your house gone, isn't it?
Yeah.
That would be a bit shit.
Imagine trying to get an insurance claim where you just put petrol over the front of your house and just set it on fire, it melts away. Be well easy insurance claim, wouldn't it?
It would be like prove they were ever an house.
Yeah, well, yeah. I wonder if they do have to... No, probably not. Probably talking rubbish there. And then my other one.
Yep.
Before the main one.
Yep.
Is I think this is from being overweight as a kid. Buying multi-packs of chocolate bars.
What? You've got a phobia of multi-packs of chocolate bars?
Not a phobia, a fear.
Sorry, a fear, yeah.
Because I always think that people are going to look at me and judge. Go, oh, look at that fat idiot buying 4 Mars bars. He's going to tuck straight into them when he leaves the shop. Irrational. And I don't know if someone has at some point said it.
Probably.
And and I've sort of ignored it, put it back at mine, thinking, well,
I am can't wait to smash these Mars bars
off. Just thinking, well, fuck him, he's not eating 4 Mars bars in one mouthful, is it? Yeah, that's quite a weird one.
Yeah. Go on, what's the headline?
The headline one is, I have the biggest fear of cucumbers.
I don't understand the fear of cucumbers.
I cannot abide by cucumbers whatsoever.
Is it bordering on a phobia?
It is 100% a phobia. I can't go in a room with someone eating cucumbers. It's not happening. Is
there a name for it?
I don't know. I'll have a quick Google and see if we've got a name for it. Cucumber fear.
Oh, I'm excited.
Name. It's Ailurophobia.
It's a weird one. Not as exciting as I expected it to be.
Oh no, that's the persistent excessive fear of cats.
Cool, that's exactly what we were looking for.
Oh yeah, no, there's a fear of flying cucumbers.
Yeah, because we've all seen a flying cucumber.
That's concobravalontophobia.
Right.
So if you think my fear is irrational,
imagine
someone out there is
flying cucumbers.
Do you know what I mean? Just having images of cucumbers flying at you.
It's a strange one.
So yeah, I don't know the name of it, but yeah, it's the smell. It smells so bad.
What about the texture?
No, I don't touch them. I've never touched a cucumber.
I wonder where does it stem from?
Well, see, this is what people always ask me, and they go, "Oh, I wonder where it stems from." And then they always make the joke, "Oh, was it your uncle?" Like, what do you mean? Was it my uncle? Oh, did he attack you with a cucumber when you were younger? Like, shut up. No, it stinks. It's not to do with that.
Nothing to do with that time he attacked you with a cucumber.
Exactly. It's not to do with that. It is literally, it stinks.
Fair enough.
It smells awful. Like, it's just grim. Why would you eat it?
I like cucumber.
It's literally 8% water, 20% smell of awful.
Like? What's not to like?
It doesn't enhance anything. It's just there to smell. But yeah, I've been chased around restaurants with it. When we went caravanning, we are having a bit of a do with family. I can't remember what we were about, but I think I was being a bit of a princess, so kicking off about something.
You are a princess.
Yeah, I think I was kicking off because it was someone's birthday, and I think the slice of cake weren't equal or something. It was something petty. So I stormed off to bed, but I went out of my bedroom to go to the toilet, And I came back and I laid down and went, oh, it stinks cucumber in here. It stinks cucumber in this caravan. Who's brought cucumber in? Who's having cucumber sandwiches?
Proper kicking off.
Proper kicking off. Put my hand under the pillow to move it. Minced cucumber.
Cucumber?
Yeah, they'd fucking grated it and smashed it in a bowl. They've obviously been planning it for a while.
Yeah.
Dashed it under my pillow.
It sounds funny. It sounds like something I'd really be up for doing.
Awful. I tell you now, if I had a car at that point, I'd have got in the car and drove home. I was furious. I was furious with him.
Sounds fair enough.
I were in tears.
I can imagine that.
My mum's laughing, sat on the sofa. She wasn't even paying that much attention. She was on Candy Crush.
It, mate.
I think it was my mum.
Like,
and I think she'll probably say, yeah, she'll probably agree and go, yeah, do you know what?
It was me.
That's what you get. That's what you get for being a princess. Crying about cake. Yeah, my brother were laughing. Do you know what I mean? And it's worse when there's like 4 or 5 people laughing at you. Because that just gets you even more mad.
Yeah,
if it's one person laughing, you're like,
yeah, like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you can sort of just banter it off, can't you?
It angers you a bit, doesn't it, when it's multiple?
Yeah, it just gets right under your skin and you just think...
I think it's worse when it's really wound you up as well.
Yeah.
When you're already wound up and there's loads of people laughing at you. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When I were at uni, someone opened a tin of tuna and hung it onto my door handle.
Why?
Because they knew because that's another phobia, because it smells. Again, it's the smell of it. It stinks. Don't know how people can eat tin tuna. It's awful.
Oh, it's banging. Straight out of tin.
Absolute dosser fuel. I don't know why people eat it. Awful. It's like eating salmon paste. You know, that sandwich stuff. Stop. No, it's wrong.
Meat paste and salmon paste. Oh, yeah, I get some
Don't
of
like
that.
pot of beef. Pot of beef's fine.
Oh, well, you're contradicting yourself here.
But it doesn't smell.
It does.
Salmon paste stinks. But anyway, yeah, they hung that over, so my response was to boot someone's door down. Because how that wound up. So obviously we had to get the people over to fix it.
Yeah.
We had to lie and just say, oh, it came off its hinges.
What, just randomly? It just fell off? Just fell?
We had to spend like half an hour just wiping out boot marks off the door. For kicking it in.
Sounds like they deserved it.
100%. And the worst part where it was mouldy as well. It weren't even just chewed. It obviously had been opened and left at the back of a fridge somewhere. So like loads of green air on it.
Stop it.
It absolutely stunk.
Disgusting.
Yeah,
They're your 3 phobias.
They're the phobias. Any phobias on your side?
I've been thinking about this because obviously we've been talking about doing it and speaking about phobias or fears, sorry.
Yeah.
And I genuinely don't really have any fears. I have things that I dislike. For example, going upside down on roller coasters. Don't like it.
Yeah, I can get that.
Like, I go on any roller coaster as long as it don't go upside down.
Yeah, I think that's quite a common one, I think.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. You know, I'm not a big fan of spiders, but I've had one in my room for about 3 weeks and we're pals now, so...
Have you got him a name?
No, we're not on... No, that's when it becomes...
Not on first name basis.
You know, like, I'm still thinking I'm probably going to kill it at some point, so if I name it, it'll be a bit harder to detach myself from it.
You should Tipex its body so you know it from another spider.
Oh, yeah, but... Oh, no, touching it. Oh, no, thank you.
But then it'd look quite menacing as well. You could put a little number on back,
like
a racing
little
spider.
Viking or something like that. Oh yeah,
like a little racing car spider. I don't know how you do it though. You'd have to knock him out or something.
Yeah, I don't. It's probably not going to happen, but it is a good idea.
You'd probably end up killing it, wouldn't you?
So, of course, I didn't really have any outstanding fears. I have got up some amusing phobia names, and I want you to have a guess of what it is a phobia of.
Alright.
So I've got a couple, okay?
Oh, and everyone else that's listening, you can play this and write down how many you got right. Without Googling, don't be a cheat.
Yeah. So we'll go with... I'll do 5, okay? Yeah. So my first one is papaphobia. What do you think papaphobia is the fear of?
You'd think off the bat it's fear of dads, in it, but I don't think that's what it is.
No, it's not fear of dads.
And then also I'm thinking papa, like papier. Do you know what I mean?
What is
So
yeah.
I'm going to go with it's the fear of paper.
No, it's not. So, papaphobia is the fear of the Pope.
Oh, yeah, because like papal. I should have thought about that a bit more, yeah. The fear of the Pope.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the entire Catholic religion. To have that. And small children. Nope, that's offensive.
Small young boys. Oh,
That might get me into trouble.
yeah, probably.
Fuck it, leave it in.
Okay.
Great.
Phobia number 2. Xanthophobia.
Oh, I'd say that's a fear of chewing gum.
Nope.
Fuck. Xanthophobia. Is that a fear of...
You're never
Black
going to
holes.
get this. Fear of
Black holes.
Black holes. No, but actually, do you know what? I am terrified of black holes. And it stems from, I think it was in 2012, when a video was going around on social media of a black hole consuming the Earth from like France or something like that. That terrified me. It kept me up at night.
Yeah, it's... I think the only thing that I remember a black hole of is the Futurama episode.
Nope.
Where they're trying to get away from it. Which is also better than The Simpsons. Just going to say it. Next one.
The next one that I have down is lipophobia.
So lipo's like fat in it.
I'm going to say you definitely don't have this fear, Cal.
It's the fear of fat people.
Close, you're not far off.
Or a fear of being overweight.
The fear of becoming fat.
Wow, I've nailed that one.
Yeah, cool. So how many is that we've done? 3?
Yeah.
I'll do one more. So the one that I want to do for last is philophobia.
Philophobia. Is it with PH?
Philophobia.
Is it? You're going to laugh at my answer here. My first thought was, is it the fear of thinking?
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's like philosophers.
Yeah,
oh my
fair.
God.
Yeah. See,
Do you know what I mean?
the logic. I like
Philosophers.
the logic.
I'm just going to go with something random. It's the fear of goats.
No, it's not. It is, and this is quite a deep one.
Mm.
It is the fear of love. Oh, so touching.
Well, it's... Yeah,
And
that's weird.
The
that.
description of the phobia is these sufferers tend to often be quite sad.
Is it incels? Is that basically what we're talking about? Because they've got a fear of love but hatred of women. If you don't know what an incel is,
Look it up.
it's a involuntary celibacy. So it's men on the internet that blame everything on women. So the reason they don't have a girlfriend is because girls will never find them attractive no matter what. Kind of like Turbo Virgin time, actually. Thinking about it now, I might have actually been an incel back then.
Yeah.
But yeah, they blame everything on women. They don't want... So it's basically saying that they're celibate, but they don't necessarily want to be. It's just that they have to be because of society, basically. So everything they blame on women. Not the fact that they're all fucking weirdos.
So that's the fear over and done with. New story time.
Yeah. I've got 3 this week.
I've got 2.
Cool.
You go first then. You go, then I'll go.
I'll take one. So the first story I've seen, it's a little bit old, this. 2 weeks, but obviously we've got a break in between recording.
Yep.
So it's the headline is Monkey Business at Knowsley Safari Park after baboons are seen armed with knives and screwdrivers.
I saw that one.
Can you guess where it is?
Knowsley Safari Park, just outside Liverpool.
Just outside of Liverpool. Locals are just arming them with knives. So it's very unclear as to whether they've found the knives
Or been given
and
them.
screwdrivers, or someone's trying to create an army.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like Dumbledore's army, but it's not. It's like
Planet of the
Scouse
Apes, shit,
Johns.
mate.
Yeah, Scouse Johns teaching them all to revolt.
It's an interesting strat. He's definitely been watching Planet of the Apes, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Which, it were quite a success.
But I was thinking that Surely there's other. So you don't need to. You don't need to arm them with anything, because every time I've been to Noses Safari Park, they've been twats enough as it is.
Yeah, they just take your window wipers or your.
I feel like if you give them a screwdriver, they've got something to play with then.
Yeah.
Whereas if they have nothing, that's when they start taking stuff off your car.
Yeah, when they start creating their own weapons.
Yeah. Well, we went to Noses Safari Park and we took the Mondeo, because obviously it was knackered anyway, so we took that. Weren't worried about it getting ripped apart. Doesn't really matter. There's a guy in front of us in like a brand new Mercedes SLK or whatever, the little convertible ones.
Yeah.
And he's in front of us, and obviously you can choose the two gates that you can go through. So you can go through like the safe gate, which basically takes you around all the monkey bit, but it's on the outside of it.
Oh, you don't go through it, do you?
No, you kind of just skirt around it and have a little look.
Yeah.
Or you can go balls deep, and you can go in the the eye of the storm.
Yeah. Get involved.
So I was looking at this guy's car and I was thinking, there's no way he's getting involved in eye of storm. There's no way this bloke's going to take his car through there. And I think he got confused, because then he sent
Crossroads.
it. Yeah, he sent it and he just went into the eye of the storm.
Whoops.
So obviously they all started crowding around his car and started trying to pull stuff off. So he belted it a little bit to try and get away from these monkeys.
Yeah.
So we sort of lost him because it goes around the side and there's like a hill with trees on and stuff. So we lost him. Anyway, we had tootling through, looking at him all, going, oh, yeah, look at that monkey, he's got his knob out and whatever.
Classic, got his knob out, yeah.
Got his knob out on car screen. It's really all you got to do, innit? To go, look how funny that is.
Do you
know what I mean? Jess is there in amazement at how big it is. And I'm sat there.
I've never
do you know
seen
what I
a
mean?
penis that big before, said Jess. Why can't yours be that big, Callum?
Me going, can you get down, please? It's cold.
Cock shaming you.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, you don't need to prove anything, mate. Come on. But then we go around this corner and the guy's got his hazards on, and I thought they'd murdered him. They've ended him. So we come around the corner, hazards are on, and there's two monkeys shagging on his windscreen.
Why has he got his hazards on?
Why has he stopped? Is he like? Do you know, like, is he like getting a thrill out of it?
Yeah, is he getting off?
Do you know what I mean? He's like, let me put hazards on, putting jazz music on in car.
Proper porn music.
Yeah, loving it. Getting all action things, you know what I mean? All camera angles for action.
GoPro out.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Dash cam.
But yeah, and then we pulled up behind him and they drove, so.
Oh, you interrupted his good time.
Yeah. I don't, unless he was trying to warn us. But then what?
Warning, there's two monkeys shagging on my bonnet.
Yeah, maybe he's like warning. He's like, if you got kids in car, just tell them to look away. These two monkeys are rutting on my windscreen.
Yes, no, I don't think that's what you were doing. I think you were enjoying himself a little bit too much.
I think I'm having a good time.
Yeah, definitely. My headline is, naked sunbather chases wild boar through park after it steals his laptop bag.
I saw the images of this. Yeah.
What concerns me is the only naked person in the picture.
Yeah, I saw that as well. Everyone else is fully clothed, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a strange one. And just...
Why did he have his laptop? If you go to a nudist beach, you're not going there to do work, are you? Do you know what I mean? You're not going there and going, oh, do you know what? I need to do this spreadsheet for Jim in office.
Let's go back. It's through the park.
A park?
Yeah, so he's not even at a nudist beach.
He's just a nude guy.
Yeah.
Maybe his clothes were in the laptop bag.
It's in Germany.
No, where else could it be? Where else could that sort of stuff happen? They'll love it over there.
The wild boar just turns up, nicks his laptop bag, and toodles off. Brilliant.
Maybe they should be arming them.
It was actually it was just outside of Berlin. Brilliant. What a strange... Maybe they should be arming the boars.
I still don't understand why he's got a laptop. And why he's doing stuff now. Because you can't rest a laptop on your knob. That's how you get burns.
You're not wrong.
Do you know what I mean? Laptops get hot.
Laptops do get hot.
And you can't have no
pants
on. Well, you can't have pants on when you... Like, no pants on when you've got... So if he's got a stand, for example, it's going to leave an imprint.
You focus
on weird shit. It's going to be uncomfortable. So why have you brought a laptop with you? That to me says he's dodgy.
Not the fact that he's naked in a park.
You'll be naked all you want. Do you know? It might just be lost.
I don't think you are.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose the real question is why were we naked?
In a park.
That don't bother me as much as the fact that he's using a laptop naked. And that shouldn't be the conversation we're having, really.
No. Could you imagine that, though? Going down to the local park, you know, having a little stroll or whatever, a little sit down, and then this bloke's chasing a boar that's got his laptop bag, and the bloke's naked.
His knob's just swinging around.
Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah, it won't be.
Won't be something you go to the park for.
It's kind of something you'd expect to see around some areas around here, I think. I'm trying not to offend anywhere, so I'm just trying to leave it vague.
Why are you trying not to offend anywhere? We've offended...
Because I feel like I've offended half of West Yorkshire last week.
And Rome.
And Rome.
Yeah. It's alright, it's what we do.
My second story...
Yeah.
I'm going to say my best one to last. But
Okay.
My second story is Egypt has told Elon Musk its pyramids were not built by aliens.
Yeah, I saw this as well.
So he tweeted, aliens built the pyramids of... Do you know what I mean? Obviously trolling.
Yeah, of course.
Now, I don't really want to talk that much about that because, let's be real, they probably were built by aliens. Like, it is. It is. Do you know what I mean? It's a marvel. But I just want to talk about how good Elon Musk is as a person.
I think he is an alien.
Yeah, I think he's not of this world.
No, definitely not.
And he's like, maybe he built them. And he's like, yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Oh, what?
Seeing if he can get a bait.
Said it's worked because an entire nation's responded to him.
An entire nation's responded going, you're wrong. And he's sat there in his spaceship laughing.
In his Tesla.
Yeah.
Mad
In his Tesla laughing away. But do you know what? I like him. He's got... So I listened to another podcast a couple of years ago with him on. It was the Joe Rogan one, actually.
Yeah.
And it was the one where, obviously, he smoked weed. Everyone went mad about it, and I was just thinking, well, he's a billionaire. Who cares? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's already smart enough. It's not going to do any damage to him, really.
Yeah.
But he...
He's already made it.
He talked about how he made a hat. He made like a baseball cap. Completely unbranded. Just a run-of-the-mill hat. And he was selling them for something like... I might have got the figures wrong here, but it was like $10,000 each or something. And he was selling them and people were buying them. It sold out.
That's weird.
And he was just saying how stupid people are.
Yeah.
So I think he's testing humans.
An alien, yeah.
But he made a flamethrower and called it "This is not a flamethrower."
Yeah,
he sold
I
that in
remember
America.
that. Weird.
And then he's planning. I think it's Los Angeles that he's doing it. He's digging a hole, and originally he bought land and dug a hole. And they asked him what you're doing. And he said, "Well, originally I just bought it to dig a hole and see how far I could dig."
Yeah.
Which, fair enough, you got money.
Do what you
want. But now he's building a supersonic transport system under Los Angeles where it's like magnets, and it basically just fires a car through, and you'll never touch the sides because of these magnets, and it travels you at like up to 500 mile an hour or something in these cars.
That's terrified.
Isn't it? But it's that sort of thinking. I don't know. I quite like it. Quite like outside the box sort of.
He's a fucking alien, bro.
He is an alien, but he's very underappreciated, I think, as a person. I think a lot of people think he's a weirdo, but if you look at what he's doing, he is a gift from the aliens, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got to be 100%.
Cool. What's your next story?
So this one I can kind of sympathise with the person in question a little bit. So, woman catches Amazon driver mid-squat pooing in her garden.
Brilliant. But it is a question, though, isn't it? Because you do think if you're a delivery driver, you are out all day.
All day.
And if you get caught short, which we have been before, I've shit myself twice since I've been an adult, and I've been caught short twice. So I can kind of understand it.
That's what you know. I've pretty much been caught short twice as well.
So I 100% sympathise with him. If he needed to go, as long as he pooper scooped it, put it in a bag and put it in proper bins, I'm all right with that.
Right, so I'll delve a bit deeper into the story for you if you like.
Go on.
So she said that she was cooking in her kitchen when the van pulled up outside her home and a man ran from the vehicle towards her garden and she followed him. suspecting he could be stealing some wood.
Stealing what? You were laying bricks?
And she pulled him up on it, and then he got aggressive with her, asking her what her problem was.
You pervert.
So yeah, that was my number 2. Oh wait.
It says number 2 as well.
This is a funny one. And she said, I asked what the heck he was doing, and he just remained pooing whilst asking me what my problem was. The cheek of it.
like a dog staring her in eyes. Staring at her. Have you got any 2-ply for this, love? It's a bit wet.
Wait, she goes on to say, he messed with the wrong woman. I'm a blue belt in Taekwondo.
She's going to kick the shit out of him. Oh, Jesus.
So yeah, there you go. Brilliant.
I don't think there'd be anything worse than getting rear naked chokeholded while you're trying to do a bab. Because she could come at you and kick you. You could just literally pick it up and hit her with it.
Yeah.
Who wins? She might knock you out, but she's covered in your feces. I know who wins there.
I do. Brilliant. What's your
last right, this one is an absolute banger of a headline. I don't think we're ever going to find anything as good as this. There's multiple parts. It's like a multiverse of stories.
I look forward to it.
Father, whose penis dropped off due to a blood infection, became the first man to have a new one built on his arm. But delays mean it has been stuck there for 4 years. There's so many parts to that story. You cannot beat that headline. He has found hopes after pioneering surgery meant he could have Jimmy, as he calls it, attached to his arms. He's called it Jimmy. Jimmy the knob. It dangles from his arm.
I wonder if he can wank it off.
I reckon he does. Oh, this is the best bit as well. The 45-year-old had a new one grafted onto his arm, and he asked for an extra 2 inches. He upgraded. He didn't even settle. He was like, just whack another couple of inch on for us, love. Make it worth my while.
Fair play. We'd all do that.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
You need more than a couple, Cal.
Add 6 on for me, please. But that's amazing. The shaft was detached from his forearm, allowing it to hang freely.
What? Oh,
Mr. McDonald says he threw his penis into the bin after it fell off.
Right, I'm going to break this down just a touch, right? Why has he got it growing on his forearm? Why not have it somewhere like on his leg? You know what I mean?
I think it's to do with because he's using the skin from his arm to make it. Right. It's kind of rolled up. So I think if you graft something from somewhere, I think it's better to keep it where it was, I assume. And it's obviously like less chance of infection and stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
But he says that he tries to wear long sleeve shirts, but sometimes he forgets and wears a short sleeve shirt.
I wonder
so if he's walking out.
So he forgets that he's got a knob on his arm.
Yeah, and then he walks out and he sees people staring. He must be like, "What's going on here? Why is everyone staring?"
Oh, my fucking penis.
Yeah.
I wonder if it got erections.
2 tubes are installed, which would inflate with a hand pump to give him a mechanical erection. Brilliant.
What a poor bastard.
Of course, I see the funny side. I don't have any other option. If I couldn't laugh at the willy on my arm, I'd be finished. By end of year, he's going to look to get it moved to in between. He's like, I won't get it moved, mate.
Embrace it.
Imagine just like shocking someone. You could slap people around face with it. Do you know what I mean? If you're right mad at someone when you're fighting them. Yeah, well, here, I have a load of this. Bang!
You know, you could get it pre-circumcised.
Yeah.
That's wild. That is a wild one.
That's a great headline, isn't it?
Yeah.
I saw it and I literally stopped what we're doing. I'm like,
That's the one.
that is the winner. It's unbelievable. Talking about penises.
Yeah.
Should we send Turbo Virgin time?
It is Turbo Virgin time. It's my favourite time of the podcast. Let's go.
Cool. So there's 3 from this one, so it's like a couple of days because it were a bit quiet, I think, this week.
Bit of a quiet one.
Yeah. So first one we've got proper devastated that the best looking girl I've ever seen is somehow married so young. No need to buy drinks from her stall now.
What's that about?
So I think it's when I went to the White Rose.
Yeah.
And I assume I were going to a little stall in the middle and just buying drinks from the stall in hopes that I'd marry this girl. I don't think I ever talked to her.
Apart from saying, "Oh, can I have that can of Fanta, please?"
Yeah, and then I thought I were getting inching closer and closer, and then some bastard stole her right from under my nose. So I don't know why I shared that.
So young as well.
Married so young, like she's ruined her life by not being with me. Do you know what I mean?
Probably right choice.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Sorry, Jess.
Then we've got any young single woman want to go see Piranha at the cinemas next week?
Why are you such a bachelor?
One comment.
No.
My mum.
No.
Exclamation mark.
What did she say?
Me. And I replied saying, we don't live in Alabama.
That's such a pity comment.
And then my mum put, might be the only offer you get.
And it definitely was.
So there you go. She knew, didn't she?
Yeah.
She texted me saying she knew, and she 100% knew. And also, Piranha, I'm pretty sure, is like a doggers film.
Yeah, it's.
I wouldn't even want to see
terrible.
it anyway.
No. That's why you wanted a young single lady to come with you, because you had no intention of watching it.
Yeah. It's definitely not Sharknado, let's put it that way. You know what I mean? And then we've got a final one of what the fuck was that dream about? Something about pancakes, then being on death row. Then my appeal got accepted and suddenly I turned into Denzel Washington with the voice of Tay Zonde. The fuck? Why?
Did you get any comments on that?
No, not one comment. No likes, no comments,
So
as usual.
Tragic.
As usual. Absolute golden nuggets of information about my life. No likes, no comments. So yeah, first one. My mum invited herself to a date with me. I was devastated that a girl that I used to buy Fanta from, because it was her job to sell me it, got married. And then I had a dream about turning to Denzel Washington and eating pancakes on death row.
All very rational thoughts.
And that's over 3 days. So people reading that they must just think, what's going on?
Get this lad some help. Get him some help.
Like, how?
Oh.
No wonder no one came to the pub with me. Stupid. So yeah, it's go on.
I think you were brilliant. Absolute comedy gold.
Absolute enigma.
Absolute comedy gold.
Cool. So that's Turbo Virgin time.
Turbo Virgin time. Brilliant.
Cool. Anything else you want to bring up?
No, mate. I think it's been a good one.
That's fine. Obviously, people have noticed that it is a bit shorter run time. We are trying to create a little bit shorter just so that people actually watch it, in all honesty. Because obviously an hour and 10 minutes is a long time of your life to listen to two idiots talk.
Yeah, so we have identified the issue is the length of the podcast and not the
content. Also
that
Mitch moves away from his fucking microphone when he talks. And I shout.
Yeah, so I constantly find myself either breathing into the microphone when I'm editing or not being able to hear me because I've leant too far back. So,
yeah. Sorry
about that. You can't
hopefully we fixed
turn
them.
it down, mate.
Yeah, I think we've fixed it though, so
we'll see.
And if we aren't, we're not re-recording, so you're just going to have to accept it.
Yeah, but this is who we are. This is the podcast.
So yeah, remember there's still live incentives. So.
Definitely. So we'll reiterate it. So it's 500 views on one of our videos and 50 subscribers, and that's for a Gin Club toilet roll, 2-ply. You know.
And then we've got 1,000 views, 100 subscribers, and we'll buy the vagina candle.
The vagina candle.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Brilliant.
Which I feel like me 10 years ago, I feel like that was probably the pinnacle of my life, was smelling a vagina candle.
Yep. I agree.
Cool.
You'd have made a status about it.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
100%. Thinking how edgy and cool.
You were edgy and cool. So, talk to me about your gin. How's it gone?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I could have done with putting the Schweppes in the fridge.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. That's my review, really.
Yeah, cool.
I could have done with putting Schweppes in the fridge because it's made everything a bit warm and bland.
Yeah, I'm kind of sick of drinking really, really, really flat and old tonic water. So I'm glad I've finished that.
You can treat yourself some top shelf stuff now.
Can't wait. Gin were alright.
Mm.
Right.
Cool.
Cheers for listening.
Right. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Cheers, bye.
See you later.